Have you ever wondered why some people survive emotional earthquakes, heartbreaks, betrayal, loss, humiliation, disasters? Things that would completely shatter most people, and yet somehow they walk forward with a calmness that feels almost supernatural. I'm not talking about those fake positive mindset slogans. I'm talking about something much deeper. A transformation that begins in the most silent hour of the night, when the world is sleeping, anxiety is awake, and your soul is begging for a place to breathe. Right now, somewhere on earth, while millions scroll mindlessly through their phones, fighting insomnia and loneliness, there are believers quietly standing, half asleep, whispering Qur'an under their breath. Their eyes are swollen with tears, their hearts are heavy with pain, and yet something pulls them up from their beds. Something whispers, "Stand." A few nights ago, a young sister from Gaza posted online, "The bombing didn't stop tonight, but I prayed Tahajjud behind the rubble of my home. For the first time, I didn't feel alone." Imagine that. While missiles fall, she talks to Allah. While hospitals collapse, she whispers Qur'an. While the world forgets her, she goes straight to the Lord of the worlds. Tahajjud isn't just prayer. It's not a ritual. It's not a bonus prayer. Tahajjud is a secret training ground. It is the divine night when Allah says, "Call upon me, I will respond to you." Qur'an 40:60. The same Creator who controls destiny calls you personally during those silent hours. Think about this. Every prophet faced storms that would break a normal human being. They weren't unbreakable because they never felt pain. They felt every pain. They cried. They feared. They were rejected. But what they had was night conversation with Allah. Tahajjud was their spiritual armor. Listen carefully. This video is not simply about Tahajjud. It is about how this night prayer can make you emotionally indestructible, mentally resilient, spiritually unshakable. By the end of this video, you will understand why your soul has been thirsty for something you couldn't name, and why Allah invites you at night when everyone else forgets you. Stay until the end. Your soul is about to remember something it forgot long ago. Before we continue, comment yes if you've ever felt broken lately. Before starting this video, don't forget to like this video, because it gives us a lot of strength to continue sharing beneficial content. And I invite you to subscribe to our channel and activate the notification bell to stay informed of our next publications on the Islamic faith. Share it with your loved ones and leave a comment to tell me what you think. Thank you and good video. Why Tahajjud existed. Expanded version. When Allah first prepared the Prophet for the greatest mission in human history, He did not begin by saying, "Go teach people," or "Go correct society," or "Go change the world." The first divine instruction in Surah Al-Muzammil was something far more intimate and hidden from human eyes. Night prayer. Stand to pray, the night, except a little. Qur'an 73:2. Subhanallah. Think about that. Before the insults, before the hardship, before the weight of revelation, before confronting tyrants or tribes, Allah trained His messenger in the quietness of the night. The foundation of the Islamic mission didn't start on a battlefield, but on a prayer mat, under the cover of darkness. Why? Because true strength does not begin with people. It begins with Allah. Many of us today seek motivation from quotes, from podcasts, from motivational speakers. We search for confidence in books and success strategies. But the prophets were given something that no self-help manual could ever produce: a direct spiritual connection to the one who controls hearts, who turns fear into courage, who turns loneliness into reliance, who turns weakness into unshakable firmness. Imagine those early nights, the Prophet alone while the world slept, standing in front of his Lord. The city of Makkah didn't know the greatest transformation happening on earth was unfolding silently at night. While Quraysh planned to mock him, insult him, or eventually attack him, Allah was preparing him with something stronger than any enemy, a heart connected to heaven. And maybe that's why so many of us feel weak today. Not because life is harder, but because we've forgotten where strength is built. Pause for one moment. Visualize yourself standing at night while the world sleeps, and imagine Allah looking at you. Type Subhanallah if your heart felt something just now. Real modern stories, expanded version. Right now, as you watch this video, somewhere on this earth, there is a Muslim praying Tahajjud in a room without walls, under a sky filled with smoke, or inside a tent they never imagined living in. Their cities are occupied, their homes destroyed, their families missing. Yet in the darkest hours, before Fajr, they stand. They whisper, they cry. They ask Allah things they can't say to anyone else. In Yemen, a doctor wrote publicly, "I lost my entire clinic. I worked for 10 years to build it. But every night after Tahajjud, I feel a piece of me returned that the war tried to take." Notice his words. Not that his situation changed, but he changed. In Somalia, after heavy floods destroyed entire neighborhoods, a young man stood in water up to his knees and prayed. Later he said, "I used to think success was about what I owned. But in Tahajjud, I discovered success is who I become when everything is taken away." We scroll social media and see heartbreak everywhere. Suicides, panic attacks, depression, addiction to distraction. And yet, the most powerful spiritual transformation is happening quietly in bedrooms around the world. No camera sees it, no one posts it, but Allah sees it. In Indonesia, a woman recently wrote that after losing her son, the only thing that kept her breathing was talking to Allah at night. She said, "I don't know how to live without him, but I can talk to Allah about it. That's what keeps me alive." And maybe this is the point. Tahajjud doesn't always change your situation. Sometimes it changes the person dealing with the situation. Emotional strength is not when life gets easier. Emotional strength happens when your heart learns where to lean when life gets impossible. And Tahajjud teaches you exactly that. It turns fear into dua. It turns anxiety into reliance. It turns loneliness into closeness to the one who never leaves. So while the world teaches you to cope, Tahajjud teaches you to transform. Ask yourself right now, what would change in your life if Allah Himself comforted you every night? Tell me below if you know someone whose faith kept them standing through impossible pain. The Psychology of Night Prayer, expanded version. Psychologists today are only beginning to uncover what the Qur'an revealed 14 centuries ago. Researchers say the brain enters a unique state during the late night hours, a state where emotional processing becomes sharper, deeper, more honest. They say the silence of the night rewires how we regulate sadness and anxiety. But Allah already told us, indeed, the rising by night is most effective for governing the soul. Qur'an 73:6. Meaning, not just worshipping, but training your inner world, your emotions, your reactions, your heart. Because in the middle of the night, your defenses are down. You're not pretending to be strong. Your ego isn't performing for anyone. The world is quiet enough for your heart to finally speak. And in that moment, Tahajjud becomes something most people never experience. A personal therapy session with the one who created your emotions in the first place. How many times do we smile during the day while our hearts are breaking inside? How many secrets do we carry quietly because nobody really understands what we're feeling? But Tahajjud gives you a place where you can cry without hiding. You can break without shame. You can say, Ya Allah, I can't do this anymore. And instead of collapsing, you feel lifted. And here's the secret. When you break in front of Allah, you prevent life from breaking you. Look at Prophet Dawood, isn't? He was a king, a leader, a warrior, yet the Prophet said, the most beloved prayer to Allah is the prayer of Dawood. Why? Because it wasn't just a ritual. It was emotional armor. It was how he carried the weight of responsibility, pressure, and fear without collapsing. Notice something important. Allah did not say night prayer removes hardship, but night prayer makes you strong enough to handle hardship. If you're struggling emotionally right now, maybe you don't need life to get easier. Maybe you just need your heart to get stronger. And Tahajjud is the place where Allah strengthens hearts. If you could ask Allah one thing tonight, what would it be? How? Tahajjud makes you unbreakable. Expanded version. Tahajjud doesn't just add blessings to your life. It transforms the type of person you are from the inside out. It gives you 3 forms of strength that no human being, no therapist, no motivational speaker can ever give you, because this strength does not come from you. It comes from the one who created strength. One spiritual strength. When Allah becomes your listener, people's opinions lose their hold on you. Suddenly, criticism doesn't hit as deeply, and praise doesn't control you anymore. You no longer live for approval or validation. When you speak to the Creator at night, the creation cannot intimidate you during the day. 2. Emotional resilience. Your sadness becomes dua instead of panic. Your pain becomes a conversation instead of a breakdown. What used to drown you now becomes a bridge to Allah. You start realizing that every tear has a destination, and every fear has a listener. 3. Psychological clarity. Tahajjud gives you the clarity to look beyond what is hurting you right now and see what Allah might be preparing for you tomorrow. You stop asking, why is this happening? And start asking, what is Allah building in me through this? You see with a higher perspective. Look at Yusuf, A.S. He was betrayed by his own brothers, thrown into a well, sold like an object, imprisoned without justice. Years of silence, years of unfairness. But notice something. Allah did not give him strength after the prison. Allah gave him strength inside the prison. The prison wasn't the end of his purpose. It was part of the process of preparing him. That means your darkest night might be the night Allah is transforming your heart into something you never imagined you could be. The night you cry could be the night Allah rewrites your destiny. Many people want miracles to happen to them, but Tahajjud is the miracle that happens inside you. Maybe Allah is asking you to stand, not because your life is falling apart, but because He wants to rebuild you the way He built His most beloved servants. In the silence of the night, stand tonight, even 2 rakas, even sleepy, even broken. Allah hears you. Type tonight if you're going to try. How to start Tahajjud. Expanded version. Most people think Tahajjud requires long recitation, hours of standing, or deep scholarly knowledge. But the truth is, you only need a sincere heart and a few quiet minutes. Tahajjud is not about perfection. It's about showing up, even with tired eyes, even with a heavy heart, even with a broken spirit. Here's how to begin, step by step. 1. Sleep with intention. Before closing your eyes, say, Ya Allah, allow me to wake up for Tahajjud. Even if you don't wake up the first night, your intention is written. 2. Wake up just 10 minutes before Fajr. No need for an hour. No need for complicated timing. Just 10 minutes in the last part of the night. Your heart and your Lord. 3. Pray only 2 rak'ahs. Not 8, not 11, not even 4, just 2. Start with minimal effort and Allah will increase you when your heart is ready. 4. Whisper any dua in your own language. You don't need memorized duas. Speak to Allah like you speak to someone who truly loves you. Tell Him what hurts, what scares you, what confuses you, what you hope for, what you regret. The Prophet ﷺ said that Allah descends in the last third of the night asking, "Who is calling upon me that I may answer him?" This is not a poetic expression. This is a literal divine invitation. Every night, every single night. Imagine the King of the universe calling out to you while the world sleeps. Many people say, "I'm too tired at night." But maybe that's the point. Allah wants you when you're sincere, not when you're perfect. Sometimes the most powerful dua you will ever make is the one made with sleepy eyes and a whisper only Allah hears. Set an alarm right after this video. Comment, "Alarm set." Your life atmosphere changes. Expanded version. The moment you start meeting Allah at night, something begins shifting inside you. Your day doesn't just feel better. Your entire emotional atmosphere changes. You start reacting to things differently, almost as if your heart learned patience in the night while everyone else was sleeping. Your reactions become calmer, your faith becomes deeper, your fear becomes lighter, your goals start feeling guided. Problems don't disappear, but they stop controlling you the same way. What used to break you now becomes something you understand, something you can carry. That heaviness on your chest becomes lighter because you've learned where to put your pain. People might notice, but they won't understand. They'll say, "You've changed," thinking it happened out of nowhere. But it didn't. It happened in the secret hours of the night, when you were whispering to the one who controls every moment of your life. And slowly, you'll start noticing things inside yourself. You're calmer in conversations. You're less triggered by stress. You feel more protected. You trust Allah more deeply. It's like your heart becomes anchored. It doesn't drift the same way anymore. You become the person who doesn't collapse when life shakes you. Not because you're stronger, but because your connection to Allah is stronger. Tahajjud isn't just a prayer. It's a transformation. It's the moment your soul finally breathes after holding its breath all day. Tonight, say to Allah, "I'm here." What's your personal dua tonight? Closing call to action, expanded version. Your soul already knows that Tahajjud is your missing piece. Deep inside, something in you has always known there was a place, a time, a moment where your heart could finally speak without interruption. You don't need to be a perfect Muslim to stand at night. You just need to show up. Allah doesn't want perfection. Allah wants presence. If you're still watching this, maybe it isn't random. Maybe Allah invited you here. Maybe He wanted you to hear something that your heart has been searching for. Maybe Allah wants to hear your voice tonight in a way you've never spoken to Him before. Don't wait for your life to collapse before you turn to Him. Build your strength before the storm comes. Build your closeness before the test arrives. Tahajjud is not just a prayer. It's preparation for everything Allah has written for you. And maybe tonight is the night your life takes a different direction. Not because your situation magically changes, but because you start changing in the presence of Allah. Share this video with someone who is struggling right now. Maybe Allah wants you to guide them. Write in the comments, "Tonight I begin."